In this video, I'm driving a Ford Puma to the horribly populated south of England, which is why there is traffic everywhere. There is no escaping it. So this Ford Puma is my hire car. I've driven it down here from Wales. It's a one-way hire. I've got to get it back to the dealership in a moment. It's an ST line. I don't really know what that is, but it probably explains why it's quite sporty inside. Note the red trim absolutely everywhere. Sporty seats. Actually quite nice. Ridiculous steering wheel. We'll get to the ridiculous steering wheel. I'll talk a bit more about the inside in a moment. But I will say on the outside, I actually think the styling is quite nice. I like the glow of the rear lights. I like the indicators rather less. If I lock it, tiny little indicators. Now they look quite big there, but believe me, when you're following one of these, the lights seem almost invisible. So it's kind of a squat SUV style thing, because Ford can make more money selling these than Fiestas. And it's got a 3-cylinder engine and it's a hybrid drive but manual gearbox. So very much like the original Honda Insight. And I've done about 200 miles in it today, about 250 maybe. So I'm ideally placed to tell you what I think. So here's what I found on the trip today. So what is the Puma actually like? Well, it's full of screens and the strangest shaped steering wheel I've ever seen. It's even more quartic than a quartic. It's really square and just feels very odd going through the hands. I'm not sure what the point is. Why do we literally have to reinvent the wheel? Circular wheels have worked very well for centuries, really. They're the way to do it. But yeah, there's various functions and things going on the screens. But look at this, we got one stalk for indicators and wipers. I do not like that.
Indicators for my business. I capture.
Oh, hello, who are you?
Day.
Right, there we are. We silenced the radio. So yeah, we got one stalk, but you'll note you've got a twist to go through the various wiper settings. The automatic wipers, generally quite annoying. And then you've got a separate ring for the rear wiper. Now, I will concede at least you've got intermittent, full speed, and you've got wash either side. That's like a Toyota. I quite like that. And your screen wash is here, and a quick press gets you one wash. So we'll do the one wash. And nice misty wash. Good overlap. Look at that angle. Good overlap, no triangle of doom. It has got the quick clear heated windscreen fitted, and in certain winter sun, if that's coming across the windscreen, it all lights up white. I've never liked quick clear windscreens. Light control down here, lots of red stitching everywhere, buttons on the steering wheel, quite plentiful. So cruise control there, and then you adjust it here, and there's a limiter, and you can turn lane departure off, which you have to do every time. Quite easily there. What I haven't found is a way to silence the speed limit detection, because like every car I've ever driven, it's rubbish. At one point it was blinking we should have been doing 50 mile an hour down the motorway today, and I don't know why. There was no 50 mile an hour anywhere. So the engine's turning over at 0.9 RPMs at the moment. We've got various menus. I quite like the hybrid gauge. It shows you when you're charging and when you're using the electric assist on the engine. But that's our MPG so far over the past 33 miles. So 70 miles an hour, we're averaging 51 MPG allegedly. So fuel gauge is that little thing down there. There's a lot of information on this screen. I think it's a bit messy. I think they could have done better, to be honest. I've got a charger here. It's not a particularly quick one. There's a wireless charger as well. Pleased to have just a regular button for the volume. And press of it will mute it, but we have got touch screen for your heat controls. Less good. Indicators, yeah, it's a very fake sound. That's my clamp there. And what have we got in here? Oh yeah, we got some information there, quick reference guide no one's had a look at. Door pockets, nice seats, apart from the fact that typically the head restraint is a bit too close to the head for my liking. But yeah, nice Alcantara. This is an ST line, whatever that is. I'm just going to hop in the back. Oh, I didn't really plan for this, did I? It's already chaos. We've got bits of car, variously. We've got brake pads, brake discs, oil filter for the new car, drop links. Yeah, I mean, it's a decent amount of space. A nice flat bench, no pull down armrest, but we got 3 belts in the back. I don't think many people have sat here. And if we go and look at the boot, is there a release? Yes, there it is. So electronic unnecessariness there, but it doesn't seem to lift up very high. You have to push it the last bit yourself. Very strange. So I've got my sausage roll here. Decent boot space. Doesn't seem to have a load cover. I'm guessing one has been removed. It's got hooks for one, so maybe Enterprise took it out. I don't know what's under the floor. I'll have a quick look. Ugh. Nothing at all. Extra space. They've removed everything out of the boot. So let's hope I don't get a puncture today. That's the weirdest release ever. So here we go. The old, I presume it's the Eco Boom. Just ticking away. That sounds absolutely terrible. It sounds quite nice as you're going down the road. So we've got a motor between engine and gearbox. No, it's not a motor between the engine and gearbox. That's what I thought it was. It's actually the alternator has been replaced by a beefier generator that can also be used to start the engine when you're driving. It's got a conventional starter for the cold start, and then if you stop starting, it's got a belt drive to start the engine and provide up to 18 pound-foot of torque. Woo! Not very much to assist the engine. So it's a very, very, very mild hybrid. And when you're braking, there is a bit of regen, I think. But I do wonder how it's doing the regenning. Is it just that the engine is turning the generator with momentum and that's recharging? I don't fully understand, but it's only a little bit of assist. It feels more like they're just trying to make sure it's definitely classed as a hybrid rather than the conventional car it kind of actually is. But like I say, I think we've got a conventional starter on here. As I like we say, I said this in my previous video where we were driving down, but it actually uses a conventional starter to start the car first thing, but the stop start seems to use the electric motor between engine and gearbox for a seamless and very quick restart up. But yeah, that sounds terrible. I think mostly what you can hear is the injectors, and I think that's about it. I assume it's turbocharged. I don't actually know. I'm kind of learning. I didn't know I was going to be driving a Puma, so it's made it quite difficult to do much in the way of planning. But we should carry on our way. Now, unfortunately, as is the Hubnut way, I seem to have forgotten my windscreen mount, so I can't actually put the phone in a mount to show you the view ahead. So I do apologise for that. That's all gone very Hubnut. Now we've got people trying to manoeuvre very, very slowly. Yeah, turning this weird wheel is just very strange. It doesn't flow very nicely through the hands, but makes entertaining. I mean, it's already nagging me for being in the wrong gear, but it makes entertaining noises. And actually gets a proper shift on if you floor it. But now it's beeping at me because I want lane keeping off. Apparently it's a 15 mile an hour speed limit. I don't think I've seen any 15 mile an hour signs, but yeah, I haven't found out how to turn that off. Sometimes on hire cars they prohibit you from turning some of the safety tech off, which is especially annoying. The lane keep assist is absolute rubbish. It's the Hyundai system, or Hyundai. Shut up, we're actually going past the motorway sign now. Driving like a hire car. And into sixth gear. Most of these gears utterly unrequired, but I've entirely forgotten what I was talking about. But I do find the gearbox is a bit of an anachronism. It just seems a bit old-fashioned, really. There's so much tech and so much cleverness here. Why are we still changing gears ourselves? And I find it's a little tricky to drive smoothly. I mean, every car is different. You have to adjust to them. But yeah, it's just annoying because, especially with the hybrid power, where the hybrid works is below 2000 revs, where the engine is clearly well out of its comfort band. The electric motor will just help the engine keep going. So you're saving fuel because the engine's at low revs. And it doesn't really want to be at low revs, but the electric motor is helping it. And that's a technology that dates all the way back to the original Honda Insight of the very late 90s. It uses exactly the same technology. Really, this is nothing new. But for me, and I felt this with the Insight as well, I just want better. I don't want to be changing gears myself. I want the what? I came off at the motorways and entirely forgot there was a clutch, which was quite amusing. I was like, why is the car shuddering? It's like, oh yes. It just seems so strange when there's so much modern tech and we're still changing gears ourselves. I don't like it. I don't know if there's an automatic version. I need to do some research because, yeah, I wasn't expecting to get this car, so I've done zero prep. I think the engine, if it is an EcoBoom, I think they actually ditched the timing belt in oil that was causing huge problems on those engines and went back to a timing chain. The reason for the belt in the oil was just to improve efficiency as much as possible. But yeah, it's a waste of time having an efficient engine if it's utterly destroying itself because it's shredding the timing belt. Oh, I need to come off at this junction. Oh, okay. Good mirrors, good visibility. The wiping performance front and rear is very good. I'll just do the back for you. See, that's not a bad wiping performance for a modern car. And yesterday we were driving through horrendous flooding, so I had the front and rear wipers going the entire journey home, over an hour. It was properly horrific, but decent headlamps, and the screens aren't too bright, so they're not too in your face when you're driving on dark rural roads. So there's a lot to like. I don't love the ride quality. Ride quality is a bit firm and can get painful at times, even on a motorway. That's not ideal. The seat, I'm starting to feel the lack of lumbar support a little bit, and of course it's not helped by my head being thrust forward by the head restraint. But otherwise it's a pretty pleasant car to drive. It does the job very well. What I will say takes a little getting used to is the engine braking, because it's regen. You got regen braking like an electric car. Oh, broken down on the roundabout, that's always fun. So you got the regen braking. Oh, we're not. Oh, I thought this was the junction we're coming off at. It isn't. So now I've just gone the wrong way because I'm not looking at the sat nav. We're diverting around some chaos up ahead. That's what we're doing. M4 motorway is not doing well today. But yeah, the regen braking it's just an effect you don't expect. So a lot of modern cars have pretty much zero engine braking. EVs obviously do, but a manual, the engine is so efficient and the gearing so tall that when you lift off, not a fat lot happens. And this does catch me out. I find it a little difficult to keep it nice and smooth. But yeah, you adjust to a car. The point is, I drove it in some utterly horrendous conditions last night, and it was nice and quick and easy to get to. Oh yeah, the ride is not good. I don't like it. But you got to drive it like the original Insight. It tries to nag you to keep the revs as low as possible. So I'm going into fifth at 38 miles an hour, and it sounds like it's labouring, but actually the electric motor is just helping out. So I'm currently at 1800 revs in 6th gear. I didn't even realise there was a 6th gear. The drive home last night was so horrible, we didn't at any point go fast enough for 6th gear, so I didn't know it had one. So that was definitely a journey to remember. But it has got a conventional handbrake, so that's a plus. The Android Auto is connected to my phone, been very simple to use. That's a plus. And yeah, generally it's pretty pleasant. And Kitch will hate me for this. I'm heading to Kitch up and down videos at the moment, but I like the driving position because it's an SUV, so you sit that little bit higher. I like a bit of distance between the floor and the seat base, so this gives me what I want. Would I spend whatever one of these costs brand new? Hell no, not at all. But be interested to see how they age. The fact there's a separate 12 volt starter for the engine as well as the hybrid start is interesting, and longer term that may be a benefit, because there's some hybrids where if the hybrid battery goes down, you're screwed, you can't drive it. Whereas I suspect this would probably just behave like a normal car. I shall find out what the capacity of the battery is, because a lot of hybrids don't have very much battery, and some of them are very mild hybrids indeed. The Fiat Panda I drove in Turin springs to mind. That was incredibly mild hybrid, but because it's a manual gearbox, you can't drive it on just electric power. It's electric assist. But yeah, a fair bit of road noise, but it's quite good at being an car. And it's surprising how many cars aren't good at that. And in conclusion, I mostly like it. It's a pretty pleasant car to drive. Nothing spectacular, but it gets the job done. But the fact it's a manual, I do find annoying. I just want, if it's going to be modern, if it's going to be tech laden, give me all the tech. Get rid of that third pedal, get rid of the gear shifter. I just want to put it in drive and go. So it doesn't deliver on that score. The ride is also a bit firm, and the stereo is actually really good, really nice sound. Perhaps the sound's a little bit too bright. I was listening to some drum and bass on the way here. It has got a good bass, but it favours top end a little too much compared to the bottom. But the tech all works. It's just, yeah, it does the job. It's a really good way of getting around. It's not very exciting, is it? And the ride quality is definitely a disappointment. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this somewhat chaotic spur of the moment test. I didn't know I was getting this, so I've been learning along with you, and I'll see you in a future video. Farewell. It's a bit different to my Australian Ford. Right, so I've just returned the car and just worked out the MPG. Now, I don't know how full it was when I picked the car up. It was described as full, but I don't know if it was 100% full. But the final MPG figure since picking the car up is 48 MPG. So some way off the 57 it claimed on the computer. But like I say, I didn't actually fill it up. I haven't done a fill to fill calculation, so that could just be me.